Omo, today's budget is 10K. So how do you say, for serious people, stay. If you don't have 10K, go. But nah, I'm kidding. But yes, today's budget is 10 grand. Last time we did this, we talked about watches for about $5,000 and below. And today we want to talk about watches within the $10,000 and below category. So let's say between 5 and 10,000. Now, funny thing is, I always thought that that was a funny spot because it's somewhere in between entry collection and heavy hitter. And I thought I would not find enough watches that I liked within this category. But boy, was I wrong, because when I did my research, I actually found that there are quite a number of iconic watches from very, very reputable brands with it. You know what? I'm talking too much. It's What Talk with Francis and Francis. Let's get into this one. Now, people who know me and my preference in brands would think that this is 100%, as we say in Nigeria, Pasha, but it's not. This is a brand that I particularly like, yes. But does it have value for money? 100%. We're talking about the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Classic Monophase. Now, I can't talk about this watch enough. The Reverso is as iconic as it gets, built for polo players so that you could reverse the case so that the ball doesn't damage the crystal. We know that story. But for $8,000, I don't think you can get anything that is more, when I say prestigious, with a lot of heritage from a brand as reputable as JLC. Now, we're talking about the 40 millimeter by 21 millimeter model. I can't hype this watch enough. It's just amazing. If you wear a Reverso, people know you know your watches. What more can I tell you? Now, the next watch is from a brand that some people might be shocked because I never knew this, but from my comment, a lot of people think I have something against Omega. A lot of people know I have something against Richard Mille. Yes, we're not talking about those guys now. But I like Omega. I don't own one, but I like Omega. So the second watch on the list is the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. Now, the people who are really into speedies, there's this whole thing about the Hasselite dial versus the Sapphire Crystal. I'm not that inside baseball on the topic, but we're talking about the Hasselite dial today because it is more, revered by collectors. Amazing chronograph watch, $7,800. Another iconic watch, it's an icon. It's the moon watch is an icon. First watch in the moon, topic for another day, but yeah, great watch. Next on my list is another of my brands that I love. It is the Nomos Zurich. Now, the Zurich is the particular watch that made me fall in love with Nomos in the first place. It is a world timer. I like the case. It's multi-layered. It has the cities. It's a world timer that tells the time in a different way than any other world timer that I've ever seen. It has the classic Nomos, Bauhaus design. Some people don't like it because of the elongated lugs, but Nomos have doubled down, stood 10 toes to the fact that that is their design philosophy. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, it's just, it's a Marmite one, but if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. $6,700 approximately. I think that watch for the size, 39.9 millimeters, as a cross between a dress watch and would I say business casual, if that even exists in category of watches, I don't think you can beat it. It's a gorgeous watch. It's a strap monster. You could put any other strap you want. Now, it comes in 2 dial variants. It's a off-white dial and the blue dial. I'll say go with the blue dial. My best pairing, it's so clear, I'm already excited about the watch, but my best pairing is the blue dial and then probably get a brown aftermarket strap. It just makes the watch look so gorgeous. I did mention that there are quite a number of iconic watches in this price category. Now, another one is not my, permit me, is not my favorite watch. but it is an iconic watch, and it's a nice watch. It's the Cartier Santos. We're talking about the large size model. It's a 47 by 40 millimeter. It's in steel. I particularly like the green dial. Now, one of my grouses with the Santos, which everybody complains about, but I think it is also like something we wear with pride, is how much of a scratch magnet it is. Now, it is a very recognizable watch. It has the whole story. It is arguably, I think, the first wristwatch made. Monsieur Cartier made it for his friend, Mr. Santos Dumont, who was a pilot. So, that's actually funny. It's supposed to be the first pilot's watch, but it doesn't look like a pilot's watch. But that's details that we really don't care about. It retails for about $8,600. It's as iconic as it gets. It's from a powerhouse like Cartier. Great watch, great watch. Now, next we talk about is the IWC. Now, IWC is a watch, brand after my heart, and I was going to go with the chronograph on this list because it also fits in the same price range. But one of my favorite IWC watches, which I think is underrated and I don't think this watch has received its flowers enough, is the IWC Portuguese Chrono. It's a 41 millimeter steel watch. Now, I'm talking about the particular because it has different dial colors. There's a particular white dial with the gold markers and gold hands. You've not seen a watch that gorgeous as a dress watch ever, and it's 41 millimeters, so it wears a bit bigger than your typical dress watch, but paired with a very nice crocodile strap. The watch is amazing. It's an iconic piece from IWC. It retails for a bit shy of $9,000, I think $8,900. It's bang for your buck, one of the best watches you can get under $10,000. You can't avoid Rolex when we're talking in this price bracket. You can't, because Rolex come with quite a number of watches within this price bracket that I think are even some of my favorite watches. Now, let's start with one of the most iconic Rolex watches ever, which is the Submariner. It's a 41 millimeter case. Now, let's be specific. We're talking about the Submariner no date, which I think I prefer, because I think the Submariner is just a walk tool that you shouldn't really care about the date. It retails for exactly about $10,000. So the Submariner no date. Now, another iconic, possibly more iconic than the Submariner, but to me most underrated Rolex, is the Datejust 41. Now, another caveat. To get it for this price bracket under 10,000, it has to be the Datejust 41, not with the Rollersol bezel, but the plain domed bezel. Particularly, my best configuration for a Datejust is a Jubilee bracelet, Wimbledon dial, and the domed bezel. Do they call it domed bezel? Oh, I don't know, but not the fluted one, because once you put a fluted bezel on it, because that's white gold, if you're doing a steel watch, then it goes above 10 grand. But once it has that domed, the domed one, it retails for about $9,100, and I think $9,100. So puts it right there. Now, honorary mentions for Rolex, you can have the Air King or the Oyster Perpetual, all under 10 grand. The OP is very nice, 41 millimeter, if you can get it in the pistachio dial, because it has other dial colors, but the pistachio is my favorite. Now, we've covered quite a number of watches. I'm sure there's one for everybody to pick in this. If there's anyone that I haven't mentioned that you guys want to put on it, you know what to do. Send a message, put it in the comments. Let's banter about it. It was fun talking watches. Stay safe, guys.